let me get up in here. Oh, I got something to say. I got something to say. Somebody just, just was trying to come at me in their video, but low key, I don't even know who you are. Really? You trying to come at me on your video, honey? You're listening to my videos and you trying to come up on my and come up to me and you're looking at my videos. First of all, the reason why I have to keep it politically correct on my videos is because I actually have a real job. I'm a real person. I do real things. So I don't have to keep it messy. I don't got to be nasty. I don't have to do any of that because I thrive in my femininity and in my dark femininity. And if you got dark femininity, you don't have to do all that messiness. Now, hey y'all, I want to let y'all know that it's always some haters somewhere. It's always somebody hating on somebody trying to do the right thing, somebody that's morally right because they don't have no morals. I'm sorry that they don't have no morals. And they've been watching my videos. And so they got something to say. And I commented on their videos. So I want them to come and, they can enter in and they can come and check me. Cause I don't play those internet games. That's for sure. That's for sure. They got me riled up now. They really got me riled up. Cause I keep it classy over here. This is Black Blondie TV. We keep it classy over here. I am BB Amore. I can show my face when I want to show my face. I can use filters if I want to use a filter. I cannot use a filter. I'm still pretty. I have dimples. My body is right. I keep everything right. So if they want to come and check me, let's go. You could come and we can meet somewhere and we can get it popping because I don't have time for that talking on the internet because I don't know who this little young lady is. I don't know what her name is, but she's obviously looking at my videos because she's saying, "Oh, keeping it more." I am going to keep it conservative because I am a conservative. I do not curse. I do not do any of those things, and I do not have to compromise my morals for a little coin on the internet because I really work and I really have a real job and I'm really people looking up to me. And this I don't play these internet games, so I don't know who that was talking mess about me because they want to see the other side come out. They want to see my other side come out, but I'm gonna keep it strict and let's get to this Love Island mess because let me tell you one thing about me. I always keep it classy. When I want to go off and go crazy on people with people that I work with, I don't go crazy on them. You know why? Because I'm always going to keep it classy. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, ladies, episode 4 of Love Island USA gave us one of those moments where you can just watch the drama. You have to pause and ask, wait, is this confidence or is this insecurity trying to dress itself up as standards? We all need to have standards in this world. If more women had standards, we wouldn't be having kids that are bums. We wouldn't be having kids that are bums like some ladies be having because they ain't got no standards and they get on the internet doing anything just to get a little coin. Baby, baby, me, Black Blondie is not one of those girls. BB Amore is very classy and she keeps it classy. So let's get back to the topic because Melanie came into the villa because they want the melody side. I'm gonna say the melody side gonna come out. That's what I'm gonna start saying because I know they listening to my videos and they looking. You could be a op and still look, okay? But let me tell you one thing. If you want to say something, you go down in there and look at that email in that description and come and find me. Come and find me in Georgia, baby, cuz I don't got time for that. Come and find me cuz I've been waiting for somebody to say something. I've been waiting for it so I can pop off on them because I got a lot to pop off on somebody for. A lot of things be going on in my life. And I try to, I'm trying to. I don't gotta be messy. I don't gotta be nasty. But let me tell you one thing. I will set a human being straight. If they come to my face and they say something to me, I will set them straight. I will keep it nice and nasty. And that's what I do. Anyway, back to Melanie. Because people be trying to test you out here in these internet streets. They really be thinking they gangsters. And then they're gonna talk about my girl Anaya. Anaya, just because she wears filters, and just like any other race of woman wear filters. Not only black women wear filters and wigs and weaves. All kind of women wear filters, wigs and weaves, and fake nails and fake toes. So I don't like when people come at us like we the only ones doing that. Like we the only ones single mothers. We're not the only ones. Let's get that straight. They be trying to test us. It's a lot of single mothers that are married out here. And it's a lot of women out here that got hair that's thinning out and they need to be wearing wigs. Tell me, I got a hole full of hair and I choose to wear wigs. I wear wigs every day of the week. I wear a wig to sleep. I do not care. And I wear 1,000 filters on my pictures if I want to. Cause I look good. I could look good with it and without it. And I ain't gonna dog nobody out because they having filters on their pictures. Don't be coming from my girl from Georgia. That's one thing I don't do. If you coming for somebody that's innocent, that's on the show, she doing her thing, just because she has African American features, you gonna come for her and say, "Oh, she can't wear no filter. Oh, she's catfishing." No, 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 baby, you're catfishing because you have not showed your face on your channel at all. Who do you think you are? Let's go. Cause I'm ready. Cause they can email me if they got an issue. Don't go on your channel and be talking mess and not say nothing to my face. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it classy over here. I can keep it ratchet if I want to. This the ratchet side right here. Cause as soon as I saw that video and I saw you talk about my girl from Georgia, I don't even know her. But if you talking about, you probably think that about all black women. If you think that about her, you probably think that about all black women. And you're not gonna come for one of me, somebody like me. I don't do that. That girl came on TV. Her parents got money, more money than you probably could ever have. And then you getting on here talking about people being messy and being nasty for $4 or $5, or how much they don't even pay. They don't even pay that much on the YouTube. They don't pay that much, honey. They don't. You got to be getting Tasha K views to be getting paid, honey. So whoever that girl name is, Grunchly or something girl, I don't know what her name is. But tell her to come over here. Cause I know she listening. She a op. And she got a thing for me. I don't know what. She wanna come on my page. She could come on my we could do a live together. We could debate all day. Cause I know about my culture and I'm smart and I'm educated. Baby, I'm educated. I'm not no idiot. I'm educated and I know to keep it very professional when you're doing something like this. You never keep it nasty and you do not have to be messy, because I know people like mess, but that's just not me. And I'm not going to fake it for this little bit of money that they be paying people on here. I do this to help women, not to further the women so that they can be what a stereotype wants them to be. Now, anyway, back to Melanie, because Melanie came into the villa giving pretty girl confidence. She had the look, she had the energy, she had sincere, interested for a minute. It looked like she was sitting comfortably in her feminine power. And I am very professional. I have an MBA, honey. I just graduated with an MBA and I'm going to have a 5-star job and be making 6 figures without talking about somebody. That's for sure. I'm never going to have to be nasty and talk about women and degrade myself to get $5 little. I'm going to be making the high 6 figures. I'm going to get me a job and I'm not going to have to be nasty like some people have to be just to get their little coins. Like, I got to sleep at night. I can't be being nasty like that. talking bad about people. That girl came on there. Her daddy got a legacy. Some people don't even got no daddy. They got a daddy. The daddy ain't got no legacy. The daddy's bums. She got a legacy. She come on there because ooh, like that girl, whatever her name is, and I commented on her stuff. So I dare her to come and say something to me. Cause we can handle this outside of these internet streets, honey. We can handle that. Cause let me tell you, I ain't no racist. And she's a racist for sure. She's a racist. Cause out of all the people on there, she gonna talk about the dark skinned girl. You gonna talk about that dark skinned girl from Georgia, and I'm from Georgia and I'm dark skinned? How dare you? You have something against me. Okay, and she's my favorite. And I posted pictures of her. And I don't care. In different lights, you might look lighter. And when the sun comes, black people get darker. We get darker. We get lighter during the winter when we take pictures. We ain't out here catfishing just because we want to wear fake hair and do what we want to do. We live in it. We doing what we want to do. And I love it. And a hater can pay it dust. They don't gotta look at my stuff. They ain't gotta listen to it at all. Cause baby, this ain't no thing. This is a hobby for me at this point. It's becoming a hobby. Okay, but anyway, because I'm representing for the girls that look like me. The girls that look like me that keep it classy, that's bubbly, that are whimsical, that have that dark feminine energy, that has the feminine energy too, and that know how to be classy. That's who I'm doing it for. So whoever wanna go on their little page and be nasty and be and say this and that because they getting people to like them. They only liking you because you're negative. Everybody don't like negative news. Everybody don't like people that talk negative about people. Everybody don't like that. If they want to see somebody, they could watch the news. It's so many channels that's doing negative stuff. But I'm not about to be one of those channels. I'm gonna tell it like it is, but I ain't got to be negative about it. It's too much negativity in the world for me to be on here being negative. I'm going to say what I want to say and I'm going to keep it real, but I don't have to be negative and I can keep it classy. Because, baby, one thing and one thing's for sure, this girl right here, she would never, ever, ever, ever fit a stereotype of anybody. I will always, always do what I want to do. I'm not gonna fit in no box. I'm not gonna do what they want me to do. I'm not gonna be no negative Nancy over here. No. And I do like filters. And so what? And so what? And stop coming on and in and out of my videos. Like really, stop coming in and out. I don't care if 1,000 people watch me. It don't matter. I don't care if one person watching me. It don't matter. Somebody gonna hear it, and somebody might brighten up somebody's day. They might have it be having a negative day, and they want to hear somebody nice, soothing, nurturing, positive, and that's me. That's Black Blondie, aka BB Amore, aka Queen Mother Pearl. Okay, now back to the episode. So I had to get Melanie on them, okay? Because it's one thing to be confident when the man is focused on you. It's another thing to stay confident, focused on you. It's another thing to stay confident when he starts exploring, when another bombshell enters the villa, and when another woman basically tells you, girl, you might be doing too much. And that fire pit moment with Beatrice, that is where this conversation gets real because Melody was not just being tested by Sincere, she was being tested by the truth. Okay, hey y'all, welcome back. I hope y'all doing well. This is Black Blondie TV, where we talk love, life, feminine energy, and we keep it positive over here. We also talk about reality TV in ways that we can learn lessons, not in ways that we can be nasty and negative. This is not the channel. If you don't want to be over here, you're gladly can unsubscribe and you can go somewhere where you can be nasty, evil, and conniving. Okay, so today we're talking about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 4, and we're getting into Melanie, Sincere, Beatriz, and that fire pit conversation with the new bombshell, Corbin, in the mix. Oh my God, he's so fine. Oh my God, that boy is so fine. And let me say this up front. This is not about dragging Melody. This is not, this is about having a grown woman conversation. I know I was a little ratchet in the beginning, and that is because I, it's this person that, she like listens to my stuff, and I have like a couple of stalkers, that used to be my friends or just people that know me that just want to stalk my page and not like anything. They just stalk. They don't like anything. They just give me views and stalk. They don't like it. They just stalk. They just want to listen, catch me slipping or anything. They will never catch me slipping. Never. Okay? You will never catch me slipping. And if you want to find out where I live at or you want to find out personal information about me, there's an internet that you can go to. You can go to the internet and you can look up people and find things on them. You can do a background check just on their phone number. So I think it's somebody that I used to be friends with that's stalking me on here. And it's like, oh, girl, grow up. Like, we're not friends anymore. And I still, like, got love for you, but we'll never be friends. And I'm going in a different direction and you're going in a different direction. So why can't I just, block you from everything except for here? I'm trying not to block them from here, but why can't I block you from everything else? And I'm trying to, give you your inf or whatever your little itch you got for me. I'm trying to give you the little itch, whatever itch this person has for me. Because I have a lot of women that are jealous of me. They're very jealous, and I'll be doing a video on that. They're like so jealous of me. That's why I really am hesitant about being friends with women because they are very jealous. They're very jealous. I like to keep it on a cordial level with women because they could tend to get a little crazy and a little cranky when we are not friends anymore. This has been happening all of my life ever since I was a little girl. I've been having problems with women being jealous and crazy when I don't want to be their friends anymore. And I'm just like, or if I work with them and I don't want to be their friends, they're like crazy and like chaotic. They get like really crazy. And I just be like, oh my God, girl. Like, why are y'all getting so riled up? It's just little old me. It's just me. Vivi Amor. That's it. Like Nicki Minaj says, okay? And, sometimes things don't work out. And even like some of my exes, like some of the guys, they get like really, really chaotic. I think even my baby daddy stalks me on my Instagram. Can y'all believe that? Well, back to the topic. Um, At first, Melody and Sincere had chemistry. They had that cute beginning stage villa energy where everybody is watching, like, okay, they might actually be something. But a Love Island is not regular dating. You are dating in front of everybody. So you have to be, you know, politically correct, and you have to keep it classy. You are being watched by the girls, the guys, the bombshells, and the audience. every conversation feels bigger than it is. So when Sincere started so when Sincere started having conversation outside of Melody, especially after this his chat with Kata, Melody confidence started getting tested. Now, was Melody wrong for feeling some type of way? No. A woman is allowed to feel uncomfortable when a man's words and actions start looking inconsistent. If he is making you feel insecure, um, 1 minute and then moving like he is open the next minute, that can make anybody feel confused. But here's where the accountability comes in. Feeling triggered does not mean you have to act triggered. That is difference between having standards and letting insecurity lead the conversation. I had to be a little crazy in the beginning because I was a little triggered, like really triggered, because I just couldn't believe that that is allowed, that people are allowed to put racist stuff online about black girls. I just can't believe that. Now, let's get into the fire pit moment. The girls are sitting around. Corbin is there as the new bombshell. The energy is already tense because whatever a bombshell enters, everybody starts acting brand new. Then Beatrice says something to Melanie along the lines of, "You doing too much, girl." She was just trying to be a big sister to her, to let her know, I wish I had a friend like that back in the day, because I used to be kind of like Melanie. I used to be like boy crazy. Like I used to be, I didn't know how pretty I was when I was younger. And I mean, I used to know why people, I thought people was just jealous of me because my dimples, but I think they was jealous of me because everything else too. Like that I came from a two-parent household, and that I am, you know, that I, didn't have a lot of stretch marks, saggy boobs at the age of 23 and 24. I didn't look like that. Like, I didn't start having like sagginess and like, what's the things in your thighs? I didn't start having cellulite until I had a baby. And it was girls that used to have like saggy boobs and stuff like that, or pardon my language, but they had things like that, and they said they had never had a baby, but they were lying, and then, so they had things to be jealous of me about because I was kind of squeaky clean. I mean, I do have a past, but I'm open about my past. But those girls, they weren't open about their past. They wasn't telling people the real them. I've been there where Melody's been at, and I know how it feels. And I wish I had somebody like Beatrice telling me, like, "Girl, you doing too much," because that's what true friends do. And Melody's reaction was what made me say, "Okay, this is the real test." Because Melody, she didn't take it well. I guess she felt like Beatrice was coming at her. Because it is one thing when a man tests your confidence, but when another woman says, "Girl, I'm seeing something in your behavior," which I appreciate that she did, because I wish it was people in my life when I was in my 20s. I wish I had true friends, real friends. I really didn't have never had no real friends. My God was only my real friend, and my mama was only my real friend. Everybody else, they was just there just to laugh and kiki with me. That's it. We was just associates. So I don't know why they be still mad because we not friends no more. I don't know why they stalk my YouTube page. I don't know why they be doing that. I don't know why they be sending copyright things to YouTube and getting them to copyright my stuff on my other channel. I don't know why they do that. It's because they jealous. That's the only thing I could think of. And I didn't understand why they were jealous of me, but now I see. So, that just hits different. Sometimes women don't like to be corrected by other women, especially publicly. And I get that nobody wants to feel embarrassed in front of a group. Nobody wants to feel like they are being called out while they are already emotional. But sometimes the person who irritates you is also the person telling you something you need to hear. It's a difference between picking on somebody and not being able to give them real advice. Because there's many people out there that'll pick on you and nag you and talk about you and do things to you because they just feel like they can. And I don't feel like that's what Beatrice is doing. Beatrice is trying to, big sister her. And Beatrice may not have said it in the softest way. The timing may have been not been that perfect, but the point still matters. Was Melanie reacting from confidence or was she reacting from embarrassment? Because when you are truly confident, you can hear feedback without immediately making it attack. That does not mean you let people disrespect you. That does not mean you sit there and let somebody talk crazy to you, which people will do and which girls will try to do, especially when they get in front of their other friends. I know of somebody like that. Or they get in front of their sister, they bald head sister, they ain't had no back. They got a back. Bald head sister, they ain't had no back. They had to go sit on the surgery table to get a back. That's not what they doing, because sometimes people that be stalking you, they be jealous because I made mine in the gym. I got my butt in the gym. They got their butt from a BBL, and it's an awful BBL at that. Now, go take that person, sister who's stalking me on TikTok. Okay, why is my ex best friend's sister stalking me on TikTok? That is crazy. Like, who does that? This is where so many women get caught up in dating. We think confidence means he better only want me. He better only look at me. He better prove I'm the prize immediately. But on Love Island, the whole point is that people are going to explore. Now, do they need to do it respectfully? Absolutely. Sincere should communicate clearly. He should not be giving Melanie one type of energy and then moving differently behind her back. That is where men create unnecessary confusion. That is where they they cause a lot of confusion. But Melanie also has to understand that confidence is not controlling the room. Confidence is quiet most of the time. The loudest person in the room, the ratchetest person, the person laughing every time you see them, or in everybody's face every time you see them, they lack confidence usually. They usually lack confidence. And sometimes it can be sad. They can be 60 years old, 50 years old, acting like that and lack confidence. Or they can be 25 years old acting like that. But it doesn't discriminate. Confidence doesn't discriminate. Confidence is not trying to manage every conversation. A man has confidence is not spiraling because another woman is in the mix. Confidence is watching what he does, listening to what he says, and deciding if his behavior aligns with your standards. And that's what we need to have in this world, standards. That's where we're missing. Where are the girls that have standards? Where are the girls who believe in being happily married and not cheating on their husband and just being conniving or having a substance abuse problem? Where are these girls at? These are the people that I need to be over here on my channel. I don't need the toxic people, the nasty people, or the rotten people over here. I need the people that are trying to actually do something in life, better themselves, do better, grow. Some people are really stuck in the past. They're stuck in 2013 and they're go pushing 40 because I'm pushing 40. So I know they pushing 40. And they are stuck in 2013, 2016. They stuck in the old times. You have to grow as a woman. You have to grow and do different things. You can't be stuck in the past. Being stuck in the past, like, as if, who would do that? Who would still think that they're in 2012 and 2013 and carry themselves that same way and be like, those years have passed. People grow and people evolve because a truly confident woman does not have to force a man to choose her. She observes whether he has the sense to choose her on his own, and if he does not, she adjusts accordingly. See, Anaya, she's giving class. I'm so proud of her. Anaya's giving class. They want Anaya to crash out. They talk about how Anaya looks because Anaya is a different kind of black girl. She's like my kind of black woman, you know? She's whimsical, bubbly, beautiful, positive. You know, she talks to people and she may talk about stuff, but she is not just a negative Nancy or a sarcastic Shawnee. I just made that up. Sarcastic Shawnee. Yeah, she's not doing those things, you know? Those type of people are really give me a ick. I really don't really like to be around those people and I try to stay away from them because they really mess up your energy. Being around people who are negative, nasty, sarcastic, just always talking about people. Those people give me a ick. If you can't talk about somebody and talk about them in a positive way, you can have your negative opinion about them, but you can't say one thing positive about a person and you're always saying things negative about everybody. That means you have a problem. You're the problem. It's not everybody else. You're always focused on the negative in somebody else that you can't even focus on what you need to do for yourself. What is wrong with you that you have to always focus on the negative on everybody else? Why can't you see something positive in someone else? Is it because you're jealous of people and you're insecure about yourself and the way you look and the way you dress? That's sometimes the problem that some women have. And that's why I stay clear of those women because those women will bring you down to their level. And, they think that, they're really hurting people, but they're really hurting themselves because they're blocking their blessings. Because people, they'll be around you, but they don't trust people who talk about everybody. Nobody trusts those people. Those people, you won't want to take them anywhere. You don't want anything bad to happen to you around people who are nasty and negative and like to spread nasty rumors around people. You really don't want to be around somebody who has a substance abuse problem. That could be drinking or drugs. Those type of people are really have a problem. People who have substance abuse problems, they tend to focus on negative things about people. People who overeat a lot and they can't sustain. They have to overeat and they have to um, do all kind of fads and all kind of diets just to stay. And so they're wondering how somebody can just exercise and lose weight. It's possible. You can be in your 40s and exercise and lose weight. Yeah, you don't have to get on no type of drug. Only got weight loss drugs to lose weight. If you just walk, because that's what I do. I just walk. I don't really have to, like, I walk. I don't really have to, like, judge people on things like that. But if I had a problem handling my weight, I would be that type of person that would judge other people all the time because I have issues within me that insecurities. So whenever you see somebody always talking about other people, they're very insecure and you want to stay clear of them because they will suck up all of your energy, all of your positive energy and suck it up. And it's just, it just gives me an ick. Like I just try to just, I mean, you're going to deal with those type of people at work, toxic people, or even just in the world, you're going to deal with toxic people. But it's just, sometimes they just give you an ick and you just want to go home and wash 1,000 times because they're like, their attitude and their aura is just so ugly. Like no matter how much they smile, like I've seen people, they're such a pretty people, but their aura is so ugly that it is quite frankly unattractive. And they don't know that it's unattractive, that they have a aura that's unattractive, like very unattractive. Or there's people who are just unhappy with themselves and their family situation that they have. Like, I'm okay with being single. Am I going to down somebody who is married? No, because I'm okay with being single. Like, it's worked out for me. I actually get to do whatever I want to. I can move wherever I want to. And I have the freedom to do that. Nobody holds me down. And nobody's name is on the birth certificate. They talk about people not kid like people be talking about people kids not having names on their birth certificate. Who does that? Who does that? Like just because they don't have a father in their life, who judges people like that? Like I just don't understand people like that. And it's just like I'm just not going to be judging people all the time. Like that is not what life is about. So, this is the question for the episode. Was Melody standing on business or was Melanie reacting because she felt embarrassed, rejected, or threatened? Because there is a difference. A standard sounds like I need clear communications. I do not want to be played with. I am open to exploring too. And I also have seen women that don't want to be your friend but want to be all up in your business. I never understood that. It gives me the ick too. That's why I just stay to myself. I don't really be out here in these streets. Because women are weird. Some women are really weird. Like, I'm like my kind. I'm like my women who have my taste. If they don't really have my taste and they're not my kind of woman, I just, I might, I might listen, but I never be their friends. And that's just, I just don't want to be friends with people like that no more. A standard sounds like I need a clear communication. I do not want to be played with. I am open to exploring too. If you are exploring, I am not comfortable being treated like an option when you were just making me feel like a priority. That is standards. But insecurity sounds like, why is he talking to her? Why is everybody looking at me? Let me react so people know I'm bothered. Let me let me make him feel bad because I feel embarrassed. That is not standards. That is emotional discomfort trying to take the wheel. And again, Melody is human. We're all humans. We make mistakes. But you can't keep making the same mistake over and over again. Fool me once. That's what I say about I just say that about life. Okay. It's a difference between a person who, okay, so they mess up one time, right? You mess up one time, you have an accident, you slip up, you have something happen, and you learn your lesson. But a person who keeps on going to jail or keeps on doing the same things over and over again, they're crazy and you want to stay clear of them. Like, why would I keep on going from man to man to man to man to man to man and they keep doing the same thing? I have to change myself. It's not always the man, it's you. Sometimes you have to change yourself. You have things that you need to work on to be a better woman. But I can't keep going from man to man looking for love, man to man, man to man, man looking for love. And they ain't going from man to man having child. I can't have a child with every relationship. That is just not that was something that I told myself. That's why I'm celibate, because I refuse to be one of those women that have children with every, or one of those, to be with a guy who has a child with from every relationship, or to be that woman that has a child from every relationship. I just myself, I just refuse to do that. So that's why I took the role and I took the responsibility and accountability of my life to be celibate, so that I won't put myself in that situation to continue to make the same mistake. Like, you just can't do that. Like, it's just, you're causing yourself more pain than you think that you are. You're actually, it's actually causing the products pain. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have did that. I could have went from guy to guy just having children with them. I could have did that. That would have been easy, right? I mean, they don't care. They just want to lay up with you. They don't care. They just want to lay up. That's it. But when you take that out of the equation, it's a lot of people that don't have any substance. That is their only substance, is their sex appeal, or whatever they do when it comes to sex. That's all they have. They have nothing else, no kind of substance, no soul, no heart, no identity, no they're not family oriented. Some people like to act like they're family oriented and they're really not family oriented. It's just a lot of stuff that I see that God had opened my eyes about when I looked around, cuz I was just like, I thought, I was hanging around good people, but I wasn't. Those people, they didn't have any substance, and we really didn't have anything in common. So when it comes back to Melody, we're in life, we're all humans. So when I get on this internet, I'm not gonna be talking about people like a dog, because I am a human. I know I've been there. So these things, every lesson is a blessing. And that's what I always say. So she can turn this lesson into a blessing. Like, she can turn this into her seeing herself act like this on camera can be a changing moment for her. It could be when she decides to change her life. Cause that's what happened to me. It just took one, it's just one last time somebody just made me feel some type of way. And then I was like, I'ma change. Like I said, I can't do that. I can't be around those people. I can't live that kind of lifestyle. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to live that type of lifestyle. It took me one. And so when her looking at herself, like me seeing other people, I see things that I used to do. And then that's why I want to help people, because it's like, if I would have had somebody, if I would have had true friends, or I would have had somebody like Beatriz around me that's going to tell me the truth, I would, things would have been different from me. I love my daughter. I probably wouldn't have a daughter right now if I would have had somebody like Beatrice in my life telling me, like, girl, chill out. Don't be so thirsty for these men. Don't be all over these men like that. But I didn't have a friend like that. To tell the truth, I really ain't never had no friends, to be honest. Them people is RIP to me. And that's how I'm gonna keep it for forever, for the rest of my life. My daughter, she ain't like them. She ain't like none of those people. She used to cry every time I used to be around people. And you know what they say about little kids? If they cry every time they be around people, or if they really don't like people, like if they don't like the person, that's why I say when my daughter likes somebody, I think that they might be a kind of good person. They may be good people. But if my daughter don't like them, or it was people that my daughter did not want to stay with, and I thought that they was really my friends, but I see now they wasn't my friends, and my daughter was trying to tell me, like God was using my baby to tell me by her crying every time I came around them. She would cry. She never wanted to stay there. She never wanted to be around them. Their children. She never wanted to be around them. She did not like them. Like, And now I see why she didn't like them people. Those people they didn't mean me no good. They had the devil in them and they didn't mean me no good. I hate to say that, but they did have the devil in them. They were not good people. And and sometimes you can't help that you're not a good person. You can't help it. You can change because maybe at one time in my life I wasn't a good person, but I decided to change. I decided to make a change in my life. And that's why when I see people and I see it before they even come towards me, that aura of anybody from the past, I don't want to be friends with them. I just keep it very strictly cordial, keep it one line, hey, bye, how you doing? See you later. And that's how I do it because people be fake out here. It's a lot of fake people. It's a lot of people acting like they your friend and they ain't even your friend. So you have to be you want to have a friend like Beatrice. And I had a friend like Beatrice, but I let a little ugly, ugly, greedy, gluttonous girl that had a problem. She was gluttonous. She felt like she had to have, oh, give me more, give me more. I need more of this, I'm more of that, more of this. And I had to pray to myself because I pray every day not to be gluttonous because this girl was gluttonous. She did not want me to be friends with other girls. She had a heart for me. She did not want me to be friends with other girls, but she never would be honest with me and tell me the truth. She would be hating on people. But I found one friend that I could say she was really my friend. And I met her like a couple years ago, like maybe 2 years ago. No, I would say 2000 when I went through my cancer thing. I met her after I was recovering and she was a true friend to me. And guess what? That little devilish girl got in the way and she tried to, you know how the devil is. The devil will come in, people that are devilish, they'll come in and they'll try to like turn you against somebody because they're jealous of them. And so that's what she did. And I lost a good friend. That girl's never going to be friends with me anymore because I was like really mean to her because I thought she was being mean to me, but she was being right to me. She told me that I chose to be a single mother, and I did because I didn't want to live that lifestyle, have lives on my back. I didn't want that to those things to be right in my back. I did not want to live um, I just don't believe in that. And that's why I say I'm very conservative about certain things. And that's one thing I'm conservative about. I'm conservative about keeping your children. I believe that you should keep your children. And that is one thing that I'm very conservative about when it comes to that. And so I couldn't do that. And no matter what everybody else was saying, I knew in my heart that I wouldn't be able to sleep if I did that. And my baby is a blessing and she is a lesson. And she has showed me who people really are. Like God is such a magnificent like creature that he shows you who people really are through like slight things. Like I knew that those people were my friends all along, but my heart hated, oh, I just want somebody to hang out with. Oh, oh, I want somebody, I just wanted to be, I just wanted to have somebody to hang out with. And or I just wanted to have a boyfriend. And I knew that those guys wasn't my boyfriends. They wasn't being faithful and being loyal to me. But I just had at that time I wanted somebody. And that's what I'm saying. Melanie, she's got to love herself. She got to get some self-love. When you don't have self-love, you'll be out here and the wrong people, the opportunists to come your way, people who are jealous will come your way. And you have to be able to cut it off with them. You have to put that order of protection around you where you don't go you don't hang out with them, you don't go to their house. Definitely that's number one. Cause all that negative energy is all in their house. When you see people that's always negative, that's all up in their house. Actually, I had to cleanse myself. I cleanse myself sometimes. I had to shake it off because I actually can feel the energy of the room when I walk in. That's what God has anointed me with. He has anointed me with the energy that I can feel the energy when I walk in. Sometimes in my mind, I'm thinking, like, What is wrong? But I could feel people's negative energy towards me, or if they having a bad day, I can feel it on them. Like, but before I didn't used to, cause I never used to can feel that until after I went through my cancer treatment, and after God cleansed me, He healed me, He renewed me, and I was able to see like clearly. I had got clarity. Yeah, I got clarity. And that was only through God's grace. So sometimes God has to take you through stuff to open you up, to open your eyes so you can see the snakes and you can see the people who are not truly meant to be in your life. But that girl, she was really my friend. I ain't gonna lie. So she was the only one, the only home girl. And shout out to her. She knows who she is. The ones who wasn't my friends, they know they still stalking. They still stalking the page. They still around here listening to stuff, trying to catch me slipping, sending mail to my house. I just couldn't believe that but she has a substance. I have a ex-friend who has substance abuse problems. So she was sending having the I'm gonna let y'all know this because this is real crazy. I've never heard seen people do this before. So she would send so I moved into a different neighborhood, but I had my mail getting forwarded to my new address. And so this girl would send hospital bills. It was either her or one of my other ex friends because they had my address. So they were sending hospital bills to my house. And I had to call the people and tell them that, I don't know this person, who are this person. So she was using my address to assemble debt. Isn't that crazy? Like, that is wild crazy. Like, just because we had a falling out and I threw away her stuff, she left us stranded. She left me and my baby stranded. Yeah, I was gonna throw away her stuff. What she thought this was? She thought I was an idiot. She thought I was weak because I'm whimsical and bubbly. Bubbly. She thought I was weak. Like I wasn't gonna throw away her stuff. I threw away that girl's stuff. She ruined my baby birthday party. It was my baby's third birthday, and I had not seen her for a whole year because I had been going through cancer, and she ruined it. She had the devil in her because she had substance abuse problems, and nobody. I hope somebody got her help because her kids are so precious and beautiful, but she has a problem. And then the other friend got a gluttony problem. The old ex friend, she had a gluttony problem. So you just got to be careful. And I'm glad that Melanie met Beatriz because she gonna see that Beatriz was really looking out for her at the end because it's not a lot of women like Beatrice out there that's gonna really tell you how it is because that's what true friends do. True friends will tell you what it is. They'll tell you what it is. They'll tell you you doing too much. Can you settle down? They ain't gonna let you be out here drinking too much and sleeping around too much. That's not what true friends do. True friends will let you know what it is. They'll let you know you don't need to be doing that. Like the lotto situation. Where are her true friends at? It's already done though. She already had the baby, but still she can move differently. She don't have to stay with him. She don't have to stay in that situation. Where's her true friends at? They're not telling her the truth because that's what fake friends do. That's why I don't deal with. I kind of take the back seat with women now. Like I take the back seat. Like I take the back seat. Like I don't, cause they don't be telling you the truth, and you be thinking you their friend. They don't tell you the truth. Like you don't need to be no single. You don't need to be out here doing that. But if they jealous of you, they gonna want you to fail. They see that light in you. Jealous people see the light in you, even if you can't see the light in yourself. But somebody who care about you gonna tell you. If they see the light in you, they're gonna tell you. They see that you have potential to be something very great. They're gonna tell you when you are wrong. They're going to tell you when you are wrong. That's what true friends do. If they not your true friend, they going to lie to you. They going to they going to try to put you in positions to make you worse. You know that saying, misery loves company. I have an ex-friend. She Misery loves company with her. And I hope she's hearing me. And I hope this goes back to her. You tried to break me. You tried to put me down. You tried to tear me down, but I am still thriving. I am still surviving. I am still here. And I will proceed because that's what God has for me is for me. What's meant for me in my life is meant for me. What's meant for you in your life is meant for you. And nobody can put it asunder. And that's what I believe with the utmost parts of my heart that nobody could put it asunder because I believe in the Most High that He has my back. And regardless, He's going to put good people in my life and people that don't mean me good, and people that don't mean you good, they no, I keep them at a distance. Like my mama say, keep them at a distance, honey. Keep them at a distance because if they talk about everybody else, they're going to talk about you like a dog. What make you different? What make you different, girl? Girl, that they talk about, girl. But sometimes you could be trying to help somebody and it may come off like that. But that's why you gotta. But I ain't never really had no true friends with that one girl. And shout out to her. She got a girl like me too. And shout out to her. I know she's gonna do big things because um she was truly my friend. And I hate that I had lost a friend being around some negative Nancy's or some girls that were just jealous of her. They was jealous of her because they knew that if me and her would have clicked up, us clicked up, we was doing the thing, okay? We was doing the thing, and them girls was jealous. Like that girl was not my friend. She was jealous of that girl because that girl had a nice shape. She had one baby. She ain't kept on having children with, and she was married. It wasn't like she was just a baby mama going from man to man having babies. She wasn't like that. She had been married. She was being honest with me. She was trying to tell me, don't you be out here like you don't want to be a single mom again. And I don't. And I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But being around those other girls, everybody in the group, all the girls, except for a few of them, but they'll end up being the baby mamas too, messing around with that girl. Cause that girl she's a hater and she's greedy and she wants everybody to be her friend because she greedy. She greedy, she an opportunist, and only the Lord can help her. And I pray for her every day. And I pray for her children too, because that is a greedy woman. She's very, very greedy. And she doesn't want to do any work. And she think that she can just survive off of her little looks. She don't got much looks, to tell the truth. I don't find her. I don't think that she's an attractive woman. And I'm not in the lady pond, but I can say when another woman is attractive and when she's not. But she's not attractive at all. And that's word to my mama. She wasn't. And so, I mean, I see why she had low self esteem, but that's why she like to hang around pretty girls, other girls that's pretty, because she had low self esteem, so she can bring their self esteem around. Y'all got to look at it. Like the clarity I got once I just left all them H's alone. And I don't like to call girls that or women that, but they was some HOs, okay? They was messing with married men, uh, messing with married men, having babies by married men, and they just thought that that was okay. You think I want to hang around somebody like that? You think you think I want to do that? Have that on my blood? You think you think that's good to have that on your bloodline? I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. It was this little girl, right? And this don't have nothing to do. She had a beautiful family. Her mom and her daddy, they was together. She had a beautiful family, right? Her and her sister, they had a beautiful family. And then came this ratchet, ratchet woman came in. And men are lustful. They're very lustful. She came in and she thought she was taking a man, but the wife just let him go. And the little girl, she does not like women. The little girl grew up, and now she don't like women. She don't deal with women who mess with married men. She don't like to hang out with them women. Like she don't. The girl grew up, and she seen what happened to her. That what broke up her family. She if she see meet women like that, she don't hang out with them because she know that is wrong. And now she got a brother, right? This girl, she got a brother, and her brother doing the same thing the daddy did, but he not even marrying the women. He just going from house to house to house, making making babies here, there, everywhere. And so that little girl, she's seeing that bloodline has been messed up because of what that mom did by messing up that family, by going in there, taking what she thought she was taking somebody's husband, but it was given to her. It was a gift of goodbye and sincerity. And you know what? They're not even together no more. Look at God. Because God don't play about you mess with a covenant. That's why you mess with a covenant. God don't play about that. God don't play about you messing with covenants. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody think it's cool, he and ha ha about people breaking up people families. It's not cool. It's not cool. Like it's ugly. It makes me look at people, and it makes you a like you think you can't do better for yourself. Like you think you can't do better for yourself, that you got to be out here messing with somebody's husband and you know they married. You can't do better for yourself. That's what I be saying, child. That's why I just be staying in my lane, like, cause your true friends gonna tell you the truth. Your fake friends not gonna tell you the truth. That's the moral of the story. Your true friends gonna tell you the truth. Your fake friends not gonna tell you the truth. And let's talk about accountability. Accountability has been something that has been going on in my life for the last, I would say, 3 years. Since I have become a grown woman, I have seen that accountability is very important. I know some people do not like that word accountability. People hate that word accountability. They don't like to have accountability for their actions. They think that they can just do whatever. They can be greedy, be opportunist, and just or just be out here just everything has a consequences. Everything has a consequences. Sometimes you could turn that consequence into a blessing, but everything is going to have a consequence. It just depends on what you do with it. So you think you could be out here just um having an innocent person around you, and you know that you have substance abuse problems, and you think that you think that you're gonna be blessed by doing that? No, you're not. Like, people could lose their kids being around people like that. And for somebody to have that problem, have substance abuse problems, and they put you and your child in danger, and they think that that's okay, and their family think that that's okay. They don't see nothing wrong with it. Nobody trying to get the rehab done. I don't know. I ain't seen none of that because I've been minding my business ever since. But rehab is a blessing. Rehab is a blessing. Therapy is a blessing. Everything, all that stuff works. And how I know it, because I've been through it. I've been there, and I know it works. But you gotta be able to hold yourself accountable as a grown woman and know that maybe I need therapy. So what would everybody say? So what, you got an appointment every week? You got an appointment every week because what? You going to therapy. You trying to get better. So what? Who cares what everybody else think? If you know you got a problem, you need to hold yourself accountable and get it fixed, instead of out here just doing, you know, drinking every Friday and Saturday. Y'all can't give you leaving their kids with any and everybody. Got you leaving your kids with any everybody, but only God grace kept your kids safe. It was God's grace that kept my kids safe from that foolishness. That's why I say, if y'all don't believe in God, look at my life. Everybody that don't believe in God, they could just look at my life. I'll tell them the whole story. Look at my life. Look at my life, and I'll tell you, because I have really had God favor in my life, because I've been in so many situations that was dangerous, and I didn't even know they were dangerous. But looking back at them, I see that I had put myself in so many situations with these so-called friends that's still stalking me. Like, how y'all gonna say y'all was my friends and y'all was putting me in these compromising situations? It was never my friend, and we would never be friends again. And I'm always gonna hold you accountable until you do right and want to hold yourself accountable. I might not even say hey to you, and that's how I'm keeping it with them folks. Cause them folks are stalkers, honey. They stalkers. They still looking at the pages, still watching everything, still stalking. I don't know. I just must be got that kind of appeal where people just want to stalk, or they just want. I mean, I think it's just certain girls, certain girls that don't bother nobody, that mind their business. People just be so jealous of them. Like, they be so jealous, and it's just like, why are you jealous? You didn't go through what I went through. You didn't have to do. You didn't have to sit in the hospital and deal with constipation and deal with all the stuff I had to deal with by myself. I went by myself because I'm a strong woman. I'm a warrior. I went to the emergency room. I done took myself I don't know how I got to the emergency room. I done took myself to the emergency room because I was sick after I was recovering. And I would drive myself there. And I would be sick and I would drive myself there. I don't even know how I got there because I would be so sick. But people want to be jealous of me, want to have it out for somebody, for a sister like me. Of course, I'm going to be positive because God saved my life. I shouldn't be negative. What I'm going to be negative and nasty for, and negative for, and a negative Nancy, and why would I be insecure? God put me on this earth. He kept me alive for a reason. Like, everybody is here for a reason, but somebody that almost lost their life, that was a stage 4 cancer patient, and they made it out and they're alive. Of course, I'm going to be positive. Of course, I'm going to try to do the right thing. Of course, because I almost died. Like, I almost died. People are really dying out here. Like, I didn't die because I got addicted to drug. I never smoked. I don't even understand how I even got cancer, to be honest. Because I never smoked and I never put myself in areas where I would be exposed to that. I don't know how I ended up getting it. It was the craziest thing ever. But it happened, and it happened for a reason. But I'm not going to be around here being nasty and negative to people and talking about people's children and talking about people. I don't know them. Everybody human. I'm human. Everybody human. Everybody make mistakes. But for me to sit there and acting like I'm a judge, like I'm God, that I can sit and judge. Oh, I can talk about this person looks. So what? That girl use filters. I use filters too. And I like using them. So what? I will weave all the way down to the floor, and I'll be okay with it. Because I am classy, secure in myself. And I'm always going to keep it classy. I'm here for a reason. And I ain't here to be a gutter snipe, to be nasty. I'm here to keep it real and tell the truth and help other women avoid the things that I've been through. Try to tell them. Because if I only had somebody around me that was keeping me accountable when I was in my 20s, I would have been much farther than I am. But God just had to rearrange the plan. He had to rearrange it because sometimes that happens. Might get a delay. But what God has for you is for you no matter what. It might get a delay, but what God has for you is for you no matter what. But if you out here um putting women and their kids out on the street, shame on you. And you say that's your friend, on your child, on that's your goddaughter. You gonna do that on your goddaughter's birthday weekend. You gonna do that. You gonna talk about your friends behind their back and act different in front of other people. And then when somebody hold you, when your friend hold you accountable and tell you that you wrong, you gonna have a problem with them. No, no, no. You need to check yourself. Like they used to say, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. People that's doing all that need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. Because a true friend holds you accountable. A true friend is gonna tell you how it is. Hey, you need to settle down. And that's what Beatriz was doing to her. She didn't even know her, but she knows that that girl, she's a pretty girl. Like she doesn't have to be so insecure and thirsty. Like only a person who's ugly on the inside and insecure would let their friends act like that. Cause there's a lot of girls that are just like to hang around pretty girls and they ugly on the inside and the outside. And they like to hang around pretty girls. But they always got their mouth on everybody, on every other girl, cause they insecure. Them the type of girls I don't hang out with and I will never be friends with. Like the old me, I would have because I didn't know any better. But now that I know better and I'm holding myself accountable, it's like, and I got a daughter, she's watching me. Like, why would I be hanging out with people like that are low lives? Like, why? I won't want my daughter to hang around women that are doing stuff in their lives. Because if I'm hanging around them, my daughter gonna eventually have to hang around them. And if they're low lives or they're just negative people, nasty, I don't want my daughter around them. And if I don't have a choice, she has to be around them, then yeah. But I try to like shade her from people like that. Cause I don't want that spirit to come off on her child. That's why I keep an order of protection around her and I pray over my daughter every day. I pray over my daughter and I pray for those nasty individuals that were in my life at one time. The past people, I pray for them every night because they don't know what they do. They don't know not what they do. They don't know what they're doing. Being negative and nasty and always talking about people and putting people down is something wrong with you. Like you don't know what you're doing. You're just being influenced. You like people that do that have issues. That's all I'm gonna say. So if Melody wants to move in true feminine confidence, she needs to stop reacting and start observing. Let Sincere show who he is. Let Corbin come in and shake up the villa and let him have some time. Soon as he came in there, she jumped on him. Like, girl. Let the girls say what they have to say and then decide from a calm place. Don't be saying, no, give me 10 minutes and walk around in circles. It's like when people hold people accountable, they want to cry. That's why I don't tell people the truth that much. People that I don't know like that, I won't tell them the truth what I see that they do. I don't tell them the truth because I don't want them to cry. Because sometimes the truth hurts. The truth hurts. But what my friend was telling me, my real true friend was telling me, it hurt me. But I know that she was telling me the truth because she didn't want me to see me just keep on having kids. She didn't want me to keep be like my other friends over there, just got a failed marriage, adulterizing. One over there, adulterizing, a being married and cheating on their husband. Or the other one over there just keep having kids with every guy she meet, every relationship. And the guys don't even be liking her. I'll just be like, and then she say that them other people's are true friend. They not a true friend. I ain't want to tell her because I ain't want the girl to cry. The girl, I did not want her to cry because every time I was around her, that's all she did was cry. And I just didn't want to make her cry no more. Sometimes you don't want to tell people stuff because you know they gonna cry. You know they can't handle it. They so fragile. You know they have a fragile That's why therapy is needed for a lot of people because they have a fragile mindset. And if you tell them things, it might break them. And that's what happened with Melody. She told her, she held her accountable and it broke her. I held one of my friends accountable, and we is not friends to this day because I held her accountable. She couldn't take it. She cried. I bet she cried her little eyes out. And I don't know why. And I was just trying to help her. I didn't like the way she was coming at me. And I was letting her know that she needs to work on that. She's so greedy and she want everybody to be her friend. And she greedy and she just trying to get, like, she act like somebody that ain't never had no friends in their whole entire life. Like maybe when she was in high school or middle school, people probably used to pick on her and her little friends. Maybe they was a little special and maybe they used to pick on them or something. Cause the way she act, like she just gotta have all these people in her face and at her house all the time, all them spirits around. And I'm just like, Lord, protect me. And I used to be like, in my mind, protect me from that because I don't want to be that type of gluttony person. If somebody become my friend, they become my friend naturally. I'm not going out just trying to be friends with any and everybody. That is not any and everybody. Now I could be cordial with any and everybody, but I ain't trying to be friends with any and every woman out there. No, that's not what. But I could be cordial, and if a friendship happens to bloom, then it happens to bloom. But that's not something to be out there just being greedy, gluttony, so that you can have a person to use over here, a person to use over there. I use you, I use you, I use you over there. Like Oprah said, you get a car, you get a car. No, I use you, I use them, I use them over there. Can you help me with this? Can you help? Ask your family to help you. Why can't you ask? That's what I used to want to say to her. Why couldn't you ask them, girl? Why is you always trying to have friends to help? I never asked my friends to help me with nothing. They never helped me with nothing. Never helped me. They knew I was struggling and never helped me. Never took me to no appointment to get my chemo. What kind of friends are those? Not your real friends. Your true friends, y'all. Well, I watched that show, All American. They was in college, child. And that show I had cried my little eye. Y'all, I had cried my eyes out. Boy, because I had thought about it. And I was like, I wish I had had friends like that when I was going through my cancer and my recovery. Because I didn't have no friends like that. Like that girl had on All American, on that Netflix show on All American, how they was helping her. She was going through cancer. They was helping her. They was taking her to chemo. I didn't have no friends like that. But don't people thought they was my friends, but they ain't never helped me with nothing. Ain't sent not a flower. Ain't never checked up on me. Ain't never did nothing. Always had their hands out. That's all they had. It always got their hands out. One person didn't even check up on me at all. It was so busy. It was so busy. My daddy always told me when people get married, they forget about their true friends. That's not what I do. I would never do that because I still got, if I have, friends that are friends like that. But I like to keep people as acquaintances now. I like to just say hey and bye, and that's it. I don't like them to be all up in my business like that because I don't trust them. I don't trust them. After having them bad apples in my life, I cannot trust them. When I meet the right people, I meet the right people. And what's for me is for me. And the people that are for you, that meant to be in your life, you can't just be out here trying to be friends with any and everybody. You end up getting yourself in trouble. That's just being greedy. And then gonna have your kids around all these people. But some people just wasn't raised right. Like I said, I was raised in a 2-parent household before it got destroyed by a mistress. Yep, I grew up in a 2-family household before it got destroyed by a mistress. And that's why to this day, I don't like women who mess with married men. I would never be your friend. I would always have like a little, like, I would never like those people ever. And it's because of that, because you're around here just breaking up families. I mean, it may not be a happy family, but if If you know that that man is married, why is you still messing with him? Like, why is you, those kids got to deal with that trauma. And to this day, I still deal with that trauma. And nobody in my family know that I deal with that trauma, but I deal with that trauma to this day. And that's why I don't respect women. I never want to be friends with women that mess with married men. I just never wanted to be friends with them. Once I find out that once you find out the man married, leave him alone. What is you doing? Who do you think you are? You think you God? You think he gonna leave his wife for you? You think even if he leave his wife, he ain't gonna marry you, and she gonna let him go? They never marry the mistress. Sometimes they do, but it don't last. That's for sure. That's one thing I seen growing up. When the guys be cheating on their wives and they get with the other women, it don't never last. They don't never marry them, and if they do marry them, it don't last because it was built on deceit and lies, and you broke up a family of people with kids were involved. When kids are involved, why would you do that? That is going to be riding you on your, that's going to be in your black, and then to have a kid with the person, oh, you bold. Oh, you a bold woman to have a kid with a married man. You bold. And still be with them. You ain't got no standards for yourself. Got low self-esteem. That's what I think when I see them women that be doing that. They got low self-esteem. I mean, my baby daddy might be a bum, but he ain't nobody else's husband. Child, he might be a bum, but he ain't nobody else. Either a bum or somebody else's husband. Either a loser or somebody else's husband or somebody else's boyfriend. Like, never, never been me. That I will never be that girl. Never be that girl. Never be that girl. Like, and then I was hanging around them, like, as if, like, and I know that that is wrong. And then to say that you ain't knew about the girlfriend, you ain't knew about the wife, you're a liar. Everybody always knows when somebody else is. Like, I even know when I was younger that people was talking to other people, that they were dating other people. I knew. Like, to just lie to your friends like you didn't know. Like, girl, bye. Like, I can't believe I would hang around people like that don't have no morals and no values. Like, Jesus. Like, Jesus had to help me. Okay, because the worst thing a woman can do, let me get back to the topic, can do is make emotional decisions just to prove she is unbothered. Do not flirt with another man just to make the first man jealous, or do not have kids with the next man to make the other man jealous. The man gonna do the same thing he did with the other 4 or 5 baby mamas he got, or whoever he was with. It's just like a domino effect. I learned that it's just like a domino effect. Do not pretend you are okay, because that backfires on it. Actually, that happened to me. Like, I started dating somebody because somebody had let me down, and they end up being a bum. And they my baby daddy. He's a bum. So I'm on here trying to be monetized. This is honest, trying to be monetized because I got bills due, and my baby daddy is a bum, but he ain't married though. That's one thing. Like I said, I'm just not gonna do certain things for money. Like, yeah, he giving you money, but he married. There's just certain things I'm just not gonna do because I could have did that. I could have been one of those kind of girls that was like that, but it was something in my spirit that won't let me. Oof, it's God's grace. It's God's grace. Something in my spirit just won't let me do those things. And it's God's grace. Something in my conscience won't let me do those type of things and be that type of person that do those type of things. Because that is so easy to be selling. It's so easy to sell your soul for $1 or $2. And my My goal in life is to please God and not to please these people. Because these people are fickle. They fickle. And that's all I'm going to say. Fickle. And I like using that word. I had learned that word like a couple of days ago. I was listening to an audiobook and the lady said fickle. And so I looked it up and I'm just like using it on everything. You know, people, because they are fickle. Like, so you got to put your trust in God. Like, God is the only one that's gonna be there unconditionally. God is gonna be there for you. And when you in the hospital and you in the hospital for constipation and they got to dig that thing on out. Ain't nobody know about that. Only God is in there with you. And you got to hold the nurse hand. The nurse don't even know you. You hold them nurses. A shout out to the nurses. Cause I had to hold many nurses' hand because I ain't had nobody there for me. And I had to hold those nurses' hand. And I will never forget them. Nurses are very special people. When my baby was in the hospital and she was sick, they took care of my baby when I couldn't make it to the hospital. I had just had my baby and I didn't have no friends. No friends came up there to see my baby. But as soon as I took my baby home, guess what they did? They came up. They wanted to see that baby, and my baby cried because they wasn't there for her when she had all those wires on her. Nobody was there for her. It was me, my mama, God, the nurses, and the doctors. Nobody else. My sister came, but that's it. What was them other friends? Oh, kicking it with you. Oh, we gonna go this place. You, the ones that you what I was riding up the street for, riding all up town for, trying to be cool with them. Where was they at? See, that's why God had to wake me up because those was the wrong people. Because true friends would have been there at that hospital with with me, taking turns with me when my baby was in the hospital. That's why God had to let them go. And they gonna miss me because I was a true friend to them. And they ain't never gonna find a friend like me again. They never gonna try. They never gonna find a real one like me. I am irreplaceable. All the guys that did me wrong, they ain't never gonna find nobody like me. They did me wrong, and God seen it. And they gonna reap what they sow. They gonna reap what they sow. Everybody that do all kind of nasty stuff, mean stuff, spread nasty rumors about people, just be evil for no reason. God sees it, and God is gonna let you reap what you sow. And I'm gonna end it on there. Now I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish my what I wrote in my notebook. I'm gonna finish it because I wrote this in my notebook, and just so sincere. I want to say this about sincere. I could see um when I used to act like that, it actually makes you unattractive. I used to act like Melody at one time. Used to be so thirsty. That make you unattractive. And I see why guys don't be wanting to deal with girls like that. But still, you don't I don't think that he should play with Melody, no. He shouldn't play with her heart though. Cause he knows she like that. He shouldn't play with her heart. I don't think he should do her wrong or anything like that because he knows she like that. He shouldn't do her wrong. He should treat her right. Even though he knows she like that, he need to leave her alone and do it nicely. Because the guys that did it wrong with me, it don't matter if they if they did it nice, that karma wouldn't come around them. But that bad karma come around when you do stuff nasty to people when you know they got a problem. They knew I had a problem at that time and they was being nasty to me. I wasn't no substance abuse user, but I had some kind of substance. I had some kind of I guess addictive personality at that time. I was boy crazy at that time. They knew what it was. They knew what it was. But then God delivered me. And so now I'm not like that. And now my husband is gonna get a renewed, a glorified, a beautiful, renewed. All them toxins came out my body through that chemo, all that toxic came out my body. And I ain't had sex since I had my baby. And God knows. He told me, don't you do that. Don't you be out here with these guys. Don't you be out here, because you're gonna be another baby mama again. They'll put you in that cycle. When they put you in that cycle, they'll try to make you a baby mama again. They see that you a good woman, they'll try to get with you to make you a baby mom again. Or you could be a terrible woman, like, or a terrible mom, and still try to make a baby with you. Now, those people that do that, those guys that do that, they gonna reap what they sow too. They know women be special needs and stuff, or have little issues, and they just be having big kids with them now, and then leaving them. Now those people, they got a special place for those kind of guys too. Any deadbeats, they got a special place in hell for them. I really think that. I think that God got a special in hell for deadbeats. Really, because I mean, you lack accountability. You never, people that can't take a part of what they did and they gotta hold grudges. They just nasty individuals. Like 5 years, 6 years. I seen somebody go to 18 years not taking care of their kid because they got a problem with the mama. Now, how dare you? You see how vengeful some people are. That's why I just pray for them. I always put that in everything. Pray for them. Because once I give it to God and God got it, there's nothing I can do about it. Once I give it to God, God takes over, takes the whole thing over, and He take over. People who try to stop people from getting jobs and stuff, or try to hold people back, or try to get people in trouble, or try to be mean and nasty to people, they got a special place in hell for them people too. Like, why are you doing that? Why you hating? Why you mad? I don't even got as much subscribers as you, and you hating on me. Like, I only got like 9,000. It ain't a lot. Why is you being a hater? It's like, why you being a hater? I only got 9,000 subscribers. I don't get that many views. Why you a hater? Why you hating on me the way I look? Cause I'm glad to be a black woman. I'm glad to have my Afro Nigerian heritage that I have. Yes, because when I did my ancestry DNA, it said I am Nigerian. I don't got nothing else in me but West African. That West African bloodline runs all through me. I am built for tough. My mama and my daddy from Georgia. So anybody that mess with people from Georgia, talk about our looks. It's because we're the true. We're from. We were brought. They had the. I I want to explain. I'm gonna probably do a video talk about the transatlantic. You know how we came, how they came. We came over here, and so I look black and I look like I am from Africa because I really am from Africa. My ancestor is from Africa. They from Nigeria. They from Mali. Like, I ain't got nothing else but that. I ain't got no drop of nothing else. They ain't even say no Asian, none of that. They just said black. They say you from Africa. That thing said Mali. It I put it on my Facebook. If y'all want to see it, go on my Facebook. It's on there. I'm straight. That's why I be treated so bad sometimes, and that's why some people be really jealous and racist towards me. It's because I got that true. I am, and ain't nothing mixed in me. I am truly a black woman. I am all. I am truly a black woman. I am Nigerian. I got my Nigerian roots is running strong through this bloodline. Like everybody, all my cousins and everybody, we all look African. We're Africans. We're everybody came from Africa. Okay. On my mama's side, my daddy's side, we ain't got no other kind of Rican or none of that in us. We black. That's why people be hating so hard too. Cause they can see that. They can say, oh, she's proud to be, she's proud to be a black woman, and she's beautiful. And oh yeah, I am. And I'm classy, and I'm positive, and I'm bubbly, and I like to laugh, and I like to joke, and I like to have fun, and I like to be positive, and I like to stay away from foolishness. I'm a law abiding citizen. I'm honored to be a law-abiding citizen when I could have been a non-law-abiding citizen. If y'all seen where I'm from and where I come from and the neighborhood I came from, y'all can see why I'm so proud to be a law-abiding citizen and to be classy and to be just how I am. I am thankful because it could have went the other way. You know what I'm saying? I could have been, because I had that side. I got that ratchet side. Okay. I got that ratchet side. I don't had to fight. I don't Through high school. I had to fight a lot of girls because they was jealous. And it been many times that my job had saved a lot of lives. Saved a God saved lives and jobs saves lives. Because you got to have a certain kind of record to keep certain kind of jobs. So what does that mean? You can't be doing all that. You can't be going, like if you want to go crazy on somebody, you really can't go crazy on somebody, because guess what? You got to keep your job because you got to take care of your family. You got to take care of the things that you want. And I like nice things. So what am I going to do? Either I'm going to risk taking my anger out on somebody, or keep the fine, nice things that I like. Well, I'd rather have a stable job keeping the nice, fine things that I have than to have to risk it for people that I mean, who cares whether they like me or whether they don't? But I'm gonna let them know that you're just jealous, and I'm gonna do a whole series on it, like about women being jealous of people who are beautiful or they feel intimidated by. They're very jealous. They'll stop you from getting jobs too. And they'll look you right in your face knowing they don't stop you from getting a job, knowing you overqualified, maybe too qualified for the job, but they'll stop you from getting jobs because they're jealous of you. They think you're gonna take their job. But what God has for you is for you. Nobody can come and take your job. That's what I don't get. Like every job I don't work, somebody always think I'm trying to take their job. It's like, girl, I'm not going to take your job. I don't want that. I'm just working here just to work here. Like this not my career. Like even if it was my career, what God has for me is for me. Whatever was meant for me is gonna be for me. Like nobody gonna put it asunder. That's what I say in my head. Like whatever's, but I know that people be stopping stuff in the background. Like people are gatekeepers, people are haters, or people that have a little bit of power and they see you and they're jealous of you. Yeah, they're gonna stop you from getting certain things. So sometimes people get stuff by default, and that's still a blessing. You might get a position by default because one person they don't like you because you pretty, and you bubbly, and you got a nice shape, and you got real thick, nice 4C hair, and you okay with having that thick 4C hair. Baby, this hair, my baby got thick 4C hair just like me. You don't think they're gonna be hating on her, and she light skin too? You know they're gonna be hating on her. So I'm the right one to be her mother, because I'm gonna make sure she's gonna live a good life. And they really gonna be mad because she gonna live a good life. And whether I have somebody and I don't have no somebody, we always gonna be eating around here. Whether this I succeed with this or not, or I don't succeed with this. At least I can say I'll try. I'm gonna keep on trying to eventually it'll work out. If it don't work out, I'll still be okay. Like I said, I got an MBA now, baby, and I earned that. Y'all don't know. I cried many nights working on that MBA, and I got it now, and I'm proud of it. I hadn't post no pictures or nothing, and I'm proud of it. It came right in the mail, and I said, "Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus." because I work hard for that, and I work hard. And you know who I want to say thank you to? That same friend. She influenced me to go back to school. She said, "Why are you not focusing on school?" And what was those other girls doing that say they was my so-called friends? They never encouraged me to go back to school, did they? No. So this is a cautionary tale of how, did any of those guys encourage me to go back to school? Oh no. They was just wanting to get what they can get. And that's why nobody is going to get what they can get from me now. Ever, 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 to the end of time. My daughter will never ever be friends with their kids ever, ever, ever. Whoever did me wrong or my daughter wrong, we will never, ever, ever, ever be your friends. And that's just how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. I don't hold grudges, but guess what? I don't forget. And I think nobody should forget how somebody ever makes them feel and how somebody treats them. I don't think you should ever forget it. You should forgive for yourself, but don't never forget how somebody treated you. And don't you ever let them back in. And shout out to my friend. I can't even remember her name. But we went to Universal Studios together. We had fun together. And she accepted me for who I was. And like she was really my friend. And I miss her. And I'm so sad that a little ugly, little greedy woman had to get in the midst of between our friendship. I let her influence me to stop being friends with her because I wouldn't have my if she wouldn't have told me, girl, you need to focus on your getting your bachelor's and your MBA, I wouldn't have none of that. She told me so she influenced me to go get my bachelor's. And I said every day I'd be like, God, you put her in my life for a reason. Like nobody else that said it was my so-called friend ever encouraged me to go back to school because that's what I started this career in something that I didn't even like, only to get money for school. Never enjoyed it. Was treated so bad throughout my whole experience. And I'll never talk about that. Maybe I'll write a book about that. But I was treated so bad throughout my whole experience, and it was mostly by women and men. I was emotionally abused, mentally abused, and if anybody's in that career right now, if they go back and look at my other videos, and if they're in that career, I want to say I've been where you've been at, and that's why I do what I do. Because if I would have had somebody um, at 2:38 a.m. on StreamYard talking to me and telling me and witnessing to me about their testimony, and by using other people's situations, lessons to help people like real life, even though it's on reality TV, these are real people and this is their real life, and you using it to encourage people instead of put people down. Like I wish I had somebody in my life at that time when I was going through that career, because that career it was almost the death of me. I hate to say that. Those people that did me so nasty, it caused me to have so much stress. Um, you know, it was for my baby. If it wasn't for my baby, I wouldn't have been here. I would have just not even received no treatment. And that's why I always say I wouldn't have received no treatment if it wasn't for my baby. Because I had something to live for. My daughter was the only thing I had to live for, was my daughter. And I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for her. And that's on God. So I'm just so blessed that I had her, and I didn't listen to the people in my ear that was around me in that career at that time. That was another thing. They tried to influence me to, a lot of people were always trying to influence me to do negative stuff. Like, I'm a conservative. I don't believe in doing that to children. Like, it was my I took accountability. I warmed up and I took accountability and took care of my child. And I did it because I knew that I couldn't live with doing that. And that's just me. But it was people around me that was in positions. If I was weak minded, if I was weak, I was kind of weak, but I wasn't weak minded. I would have listened to them and I wouldn't have had my child. But God, that's why I say I give God the glory, because that testimony, if y'all only knew how people are really nasty, there is some nasty, evil people out here. You have to pray for your family members when they go into certain careers. You need to pray for them when because you don't know what kind of people they're around. Like, you need to pray for them. I will always keep my morals and my values because I was raised in the church. I came from a two-parent household before it got sadly split up, but I came from a two-family household. So I love to see somebody, a girl that comes from a two-family household, and she looks like me. And I like to see people like that look like me on TV, that well okay with looking how they look. Sometimes they may look different in different lighting. Sometimes they maybe look different in when they use certain lights. That's not nothing to talk about, to say they catfishing somebody. Like, that is so racist to say that when they're not catfishing people. In the black people in the summertime, they get darker, right? Black people that look like me, this the ones that got the true Nigerian roots of them, they look darker when in the sun, in the winter, you get a little lighter. Okay, that's how black people. That's how our skin is. To say we're catfishing because we changed, because this one lady tried to say I was bleaching, and that was in my career, and she had authority over me, and she was talking about me being a person that was bleaching my skin. How dare you talk about a young woman and then try to body shame young women? It's a lot of stuff that be going on, y'all. I have a story out of this world. They done said I done bleached myself. They done called me all kind of names. So when people start to talking mess, I get to talking right back to them, because I am not the one. Because I done been there. Sometimes I let it slide, let it roll off my back, especially if I'm in a professional setting. I'm going to let it roll off my back and keep it professional. But if I see them on the outside, I'm going to see what they going to say then, when they outside that job and they outside. I want to see what they gonna say to my face when they outside of that outfit or whatever they wearing. What they gonna do there? They don't do nothing, because they cowards, and most of them are just cowards. Because I got my email all in my description, and I ain't got no email about how nice I be. I don't get no comments about how nice I be. how um how nice nasty I am, because I am nice nasty. Yes, especially when I'm in a professional setting. Why would I be why would I be not be professional? Like, I've been getting all this education, and you think that it just went out of one ear and you went in another. No, you always keep it professional. Like, everything, you know, who, that's why I always say, like, you don't know, you might end up being a senator. My husband might be a senator. And then they'll be like, well, she ratchet, she do this, she was twerking on the video, she was doing. Of course they're gonna have stuff that's out. But now that I know better, you think I'm gonna still be doing that same stuff, still hang around them same kind of girls? No, I'm trying to elevate and grow. I'm trying to do better things So those people, there was been time for them to go, but God had to open my eyes and let me see that. I don't want that kind of image around me. That's not my brand. My brand is whimsical, bubbly, beautiful, naturally beautiful, confident, loving, nurturing. I am a true nurturer, a true nurturer. Like, that is one thing I can say about me. I am a really nurturing person. I'm surprised I don't have like like a lot of kids. I could have been one of those people that, but I would have had to have it with different guys. But I'm not gonna do that because I ain't never met nobody that I really even want to marry. I ain't never dated nobody I want to marry. And that's sad. I had told my brother that, my little brother that. I said I ain't never dated nobody I wanted to marry or I wanted my son to be like, or I wanted my I never dated anybody that I wanted my son to be like. Now would I want my daughter to be like me? Better than me. Way better than me. But I have some good attributes, I must say. I'm not one to brag, but I think I have good attributes. Um, I am loving and nurturing, but I'm not going to be like that for everybody. Some people has just got to learn the hard way with me. And that's what God laid on my heart, that some people can't just get good treatment. Some people, because they're not used to it. You got to have that dark femininity with them. And I have that side, that dark side of me that comes out sometimes. It's very dark. I think it's like really dark. Like, I think I showed it on this actual, that's gonna be my next topic. Like sometimes you have to be use your dark feminine on people. And I showed it throughout this video. Y'all see me go in and out of my regular femininity into my dark femininity. Sometimes I could be very, very, very dark. And that is a part of my dark feminine side. But usually I'm very nurturing, very loving. But if you get on my bad side, I can be the darkest person you can ever meet, which is really sad because I don't like to use my dark femininity all the time. I think with guys, I think you should use it with men. Definitely. I think women, if we use that with guys more often, we will be a lot farther in this world. But I think we can't get together. Like, why can't women all get along? Like, why? I just don't understand. Like, why? Why are y'all intimidated by people that don't even be trying to intimidate you? Why are other women intimidated by women that are not really trying to come for you? Like, they really just be trying to help you, or they just really just don't know what to say to you. It's not like they don't want to be your friend, or maybe they just don't want to be friends with nobody. For me at this time, I am not accepting friend contracts. I'm not accepting man contracts either. I am okay with being alone, me and my baby, because we gonna live a good life, and I'm gonna travel with her. I'm gonna teach her what she don't need to be around, teach her class, and take her to nice places. And I think we all, as women, we should all treat our daughters like princesses because that's what they are. Because I'm a queen, she's a princess, and most women are queens, and some women are peasants. Some women are queens, and some are peasants. Some women are like queens that don't know they're queens. So they're like queens rising, but they have the peasant mentality. So if you know your worth and you know what you bring to the table, you don't have to be intimidated by anybody. You don't have to stop anybody from getting a job. No. Why would you do that? Why? Like, what is that going to serve you? Like, you should like a challenge. I always like a challenge. I like to work with people that challenge me to do better, to be better. I think I thrive the best when I work with these people. It was this guy, and he challenged me all the time. I'll never forget him. He was my friend. He always challenged me, and I loved working with him. I love to work with people that challenge me versus people that are intimidated by me and that are weak. Weak people, let me tell you about weak people. I laugh at them. My dark side laughs at them, and I look at them strange like, you intimidated by little old 5'2" me? The girl with the thick hair, the girl from Georgia, you intimidated by me? The girl that been delivered from cancer, you scared of me? Because I'm a cancer survivor? You scared? If anything, I wouldn't be scared. I'd be like, ooh, that's somebody I can learn some stuff from. Not scared, not intimidated. Like, it took hard work to get the things that I have. It didn't come easy. Nobody handed me anything. Just like this. This not gonna come easy. Getting monetized not gonna come easy. I don't care if I do it. I don't. I'm still gonna keep on going. I'm gonna get a job doing something else. So, like I said, I got an MBA. I get to pick the jobs and pick. I don't care how the economy is. What God has for me is for me, and I get to pick what job I want to pick. It was one job I wanted, but I don't want it no more because I don't like the people that was working there, and they was stopping me from getting the job anyway. But I don't even want it no more. If they ask me, do I want it? I say no, because I don't want it. Because I do. I I am the I am God's daughter, so I have make the choices on whether I want to bless someone with my talents because I'm very talented. I'm very creative. I'm so creative, and I don't even use my creatives. Like, I hold it back because if I feel like it's not going to serve me, why would I show it? If people are going to be hating even without me showing my talents, then why should I show them? Like, why would I work somewhere and they're intimidated by me already with me just showing up? You think I'm going to be very, very talented? No, because y'all already are hating. So let everybody else get the shine. Because, baby, I know God's got my back. And I know that the Most High has got something special for me. I actually could. I could do something in the next month and I could change my whole life if I wanted to. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because I think I want to wait it out. I like to wait things out, see what's going to benefit me the most. I think everybody should just sit back and look at what's going to benefit them and don't worry about what other people think. Like, don't worry about what everybody else think. Don't worry about what everybody else doing, because that you waste a lot of time just worrying about what other people doing. Like, I had to realize that, and I stopped doing that like a couple years ago. I'm just like, what? But I do not like people stalking me. That's one thing I don't like. Stalkers, people that don't like me and stalk me. Like, why he's stalking me? I think it's creepy and cringy, and it gives me an ick. And I just like, why do they be stalking me? Like, because it's strange. Because if you don't like somebody, then why do you want to stalk them? Like, why do you even care what they think of you? I don't understand that. So for me, episode 4 was not just about Melody and Sincere. It was about what happens when a woman's confidence gets tested in public. Sincere tested Melody's security. Corbin entrance tested the villa dynamic. Okay, there's so many fine guys out there. Corbin is fine, but the way that she acted was giving thirsty. And she is such a pretty girl that she doesn't have to do that. And I think that's what Beatrice was trying to give her a hint that you don't have to act like that over him. She wasn't being a hater. She was saying, girl, you ain't got to act like that over that. She was being a true friend. And like I said, I never had any true friends except for that one girl. And she, we not friends no more. So that was the only friend I had. It's crazy how you can date people and they don't be your friends either. You could date people for 2 or 3 years. Like I dated somebody for 2 years, and would I say he was my friend? No. So anyway, and Beatrice tested Melody's accountability. That fire pit moment showed us that sometimes your biggest dating lesson does not come from the man. Sometimes it comes from another woman saying the thing nobody else wants to say out loud. Now, I want to know what y'all think. I know I got like ADHD. Like, I acquired it somehow doing the line of work that I used to do. And it's real bad. Y'all see how I was going from thing to thing? Like, that's how it be. And I don't take no medication for it. So that's how it be. So like when people talk about people with disabilities, they talk about how people look and stuff like that. I like to stand up for people when they talk about people like that because it's a struggle to even try to get through what I wrote down. Every time I get on here, it's a struggle to get through this whole thing. And so, yeah. What do y'all think? And was Beatrice wrong for calling Melody out in front of the girls? I know I got off topic. Or did Melody need to hear it? And was Melody standing on her standards or was she doing too much because her confidence was shaking? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And for the haters, please leave something in the comments, please. I would love to hear from you because I know that you're watching Ops. I have one op that is a former friend, or maybe 2 or 3 of them that are former friends. So if you're watching, please leave something in a comment because this one is definitely for all the grown women. It's a grown woman conversation. It's about haters. It's about everything. It's a little bit about me and why I choose to do this. I choose to do this because this is what I was called to do. This is what God told me to do. God told me if I would have had somebody like me in my life, or I would have had somebody that I could have saw on YouTube or listen to their podcasts and stuff, that I wouldn't have, I would have been a little bit farther. But God just gonna rearrange the journey and the path and I still got the MBA. You see what I'm saying? It worked out like it was because that was my original goal. It was to get the college done. So I came into something to get college money and I came out without it. But then God blessed me with somebody while I was in that made me focus on it. And guess what? Ta-da! Your girl ended up getting her MBA. So this is a testimony for somebody that don't you give up. Things might get, deterred. Things might not go your way. People might be distractions in your life. God has seen you people in your life that distract you. And then God will drop them out your life. God will have to open your eyes. You'll go through stuff. I was sick. And then once I became better, I got clarity. Like I see clearer. I see through people's I see them for who they are. Like I see people before they even come up to me. I won't let no I ain't had nobody in my life. I see them for who they are. That ain't no good. I call them out when they ain't wrong. When they doing wrong, I'ma call you out on it. I don't care if you don't want to be my friend no more. You do want to be my friend, but I'ma call you and hold you accountable. And God told me to hold people accountable in your life from now on and to use your dark side. Let your dark side out. Yes. Stop being so nice to these people. That's what God told me. You've been too nice, and that's why you end up sick and nobody was there to help you. If I was a little bit meaner, they would have been there. They would have came up to that hospital to check on Nunu. They would have came up there. But I didn't, I was too nice. And then, you can't be too nice. And that's all I want to let these women know out here. All the whimsical women around the world, let you know that, hey, don't be too nice, girl. You got to sometimes pull that dark side out of you and let them know you are not the one to be played with. And that, hey, don't you come here with that mess. You got to let them know, don't you come over here with that mess. And let them know, in a nice way. It's always got to be, polite, nice. Like I said, nice, nasty, nice, nasty. Ain't nothing wrong with the nice, nasty. I had to learn that after going through everything that I needed to be nice, nasty. Say no. If I don't want to go somewhere, I say no. If I don't want to do something, I say no now. I just learn how to say no. That's what you got to do. If you don't want to be with the guy, tell them no. I don't like what you're doing. No. Block them on everything. Block your friends on if the friend don't want to act right. They ain't serving you no more. Block them. Block them on everything. Bye, because y'all ain't meant to be friends. But they might try to still stalk you though. So you might have some stalkers like me, undercover lovers of you, and they have to be blocked because you're not going to take their mess anymore. And that's okay. Don't take their mess. You don't have to take their mess. You use that dark feminine to check them and let them know what it is. So drop your thoughts in the comments because this one is definitely a grown woman conversation. And if you're new here, I am BB Amore, also known as Black Blondie, also known as Queen Mother Pearl. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Black Blondie TV, where we don't just recap the drama, we find a positive lesson in it. Now, bye bye.